probably question me on is the change in dynamic of like their J has such a stigma, not a stigma, but it's such a routine of, geez, after we exercise, we must stretch. And it has to be done, like it's a has to be, and I'm all for following the general protocol for stretching after exercise. But you know what, something like maybe like your athletes hitting their protein target, it probably takes priority. Like if your athletes are leaving the pitch at 10 to 10, Joe, what, like their nutrition is probably compromised and their sleep is probably compromised. Like so, like it's probably not worth doing that 15 minutes extra stretch. They could be 15 minutes home. But you're keeping at the pitch in the cold, so that would be something, I suppose, maybe to answer your question even better would be, I try and get the girls home and fed probably like sooner rather than later. Like don't spend time with them in the cold, sitting there listening to you ramble on about your fitness and all that stuff. Just get them home and let them go to sleep.
Definitely. So, like in terms of the anabolic window of opportunity, you'd be a firm believer in that, getting it in a specific time.
No, I actually wouldn't, which you probably contradicts maybe a little bit what I was saying. Like the research or the position stand that was released not so long ago. Now I need to do obviously a bit more research, but like the research that was released not so long ago in I think it was it 20, I think it was 2018. So like it was the International Society of Sports Nutrition, basically stated that like the anabolic window would last 48 hours. So that would be basically like the whole way from when you finish a session to probably the next session. Now, I do believe that like it's probably not as straightforward as that. Like it doesn't mean like you can't like finish a training session and then like 2 minutes before you start your next session load up, unload the protein, and that will work. Obviously that doesn't work, but the way we would work it is the girls have a protein target, so they'd be set like a certain amount of protein that they would need to reach on a day, and it would generally change on a training day versus a non-training day. So on recovery days where they don't need as much energy, their macros will be more associated with protein for recovery, and then on training days or match days there'll be less protein and more carbohydrates, fats, etc., etc.
Yeah, of course. I often think with the with the anabolic window, I think it's a placebo effect massively. Like I think if in your mind you say to yourself, right, I got that in now within the 40 minutes. Oh yeah, I'm getting my recovery now. And in your mind you're telling your body is good. And your body responds to your mind telling it that it's good. Like I think it's amazing how that works. Like if you know about it.
Yeah, and I think we keep coming back to probably, and I don't want people to think that I'm just this guy spoofing about with fucking mindset or sorry, sugar, my French. I don't want to be the guy that's just spoofing about mindset, but again, like you're like a lot of what we do is we're setting like limits on our own beliefs. Like we're probably, if you tell yourself, and to quote Podge Guiney from the lab, like we often talk about, let's just say if you took an exercise like a bench press or maybe a chest press machine or something, like the only thing stopping you from making a PB is probably you. Like you saying I can't make 10 kilos more in that exercise. The only one that's really stopping you from doing that is you. Now, fair enough, all right, there are like no one's gonna go in and snatch 200 kilos like Joe after deadlifting 100 kilos. Fair enough, but like in the smaller, more reasonable gains, like there's probably a lot to do with how we think and what we believe to be true. And definitely I think like you're onto something in terms of like there's something about the routine of maybe training hard and eating big, or making sure we're looking after it straight away. And there definitely is a relationship, I suppose, maybe just not highlighted enough in the research at the moment.